2 decades of severe weather experience here for you when it counts. This is Doc Deason's Weather, live now.
Well, hi, everybody. It is 1:49. We are now watching what is a tornado warning, which we had talked about here a second ago for that storm that is south and west of Rusk. You saw the post here just a minute or so ago about that. Been kind of keeping an eye on that one. And Weather Service has also now opted to go ahead with that tornado warning for it. So here's the statement just coming off from the Weather Service. They're going to go tornado warning southwestern Rusk and central Cherokee County. That's going to go until 2:15. This is for a storm which looks capable of producing the tornado. The storm was located near Rusk, moving northeast at about 45 miles an hour. All right, so let's get into the let's see what we can do to get some of these off the screen, and we'll pull a couple of things up here for you real fast. There is that. There we are. Okay, this was the storm we were looking at here a second ago down along the Sabine and St. Augustine County line. Here's the storm that I posted about here about 4 or 5 minutes ago that was looking rather interesting on the radar. You can see the storm itself just near the Highway 69 corridor, the tail of it there, back just west of 69 near Lone Oak. Along that's FM 23, I believe it is. It will be north of Beulah. And this thing is moving northeast at about 45 miles an hour. So let's look at it on the velocity products real quick. And we're going to scoot over back. And yeah, that looks a lot better than it did earlier. So if we have something tornadic, it's going to be there on that southwest side of Rusk, moving northeast at about 45 miles an hour. Let's get back on the on this look here, this radar look. So we're talking, folks, along 69. The storm itself, if there's something there, is going to be on the west side of 69 into probably somewhere in this area, right in here. All right, this is coming right up into the city of Rusk from the southwest. So if you have folks in the Rusk area, if you're in the Rusk area right now, let's go ahead and exercise those tornado precautions that we talk about here. It's 1:52. We got kids in school. We've got things that are going on as they normally do on a December afternoon. So we're talking centermost part of the structure that you're in. You want to be on the lowest floor. We want to be small interior room if we can. Those are best. Bathtubs are nice. Heavy blanket, grab that, put it over the top of you, and hop in that bathtub. Gives you some nice covering from several different sides there, and obviously the blanket helps you out on the top side somewhat as well. Other things to keep in mind: we want to avoid large rooms like gymnasiums, auditoriums, anything that has a really tall and high structure to it. We want to be in that lower profile setting if we can. So I would like the closets, things of that nature. So if you've got folks in some kind of a larger setting and you're watching us now, let's get those people into something a little bit smaller in scale, and see what we can do to get those people a little bit closer proximity to some walls, some interior walls, and things like that. Also, shoes and helmets. A lot of folks working today or doing something of the sort. So it's not a weekend where we have people a little bit more leisurely about their way. So that shoes and helmets, obviously a good idea. Closed-toed shoes, we prefer that. Know it's been warm. We'll be wearing a lot of closed-toed shoes here in the coming days because we got some pretty cold air coming at us in the days to come. Evacuate mobile homes, obviously, with the tornado watch box having been in place for a while. We've hopefully given you enough time to be ready for this type of a situation. So let's get ourselves from a situation where you have a mobile home into something that's a little bit more fortified and secured with a slab and things of that nature. All right, okay, back onto the radar. And again, if you're just now joining us, tornado warning continues active until we're going to call it 2:15, and that'll be for folks in southwestern Rusk, central Cherokee County. And let's see here. Looks like the Weather Service is also in the process of issuing some additional products here. So stand by. Let me take a look at that, and we will call it as soon as we get it off the printer here. So stand by for that. All right, stand by.
Tornado warning.
All right, new tornado warning now for northwestern Harrison and also south central Gregg County. That's going to be running until 2:45. Weather Service with a storm capable of a tornado located near Kilgore, moving northeast at 50. And this is, again, a radar indication on that. So now we are looking at two storms with tornado warnings on them. And that has this storm here near Kilgore. So that's going to be this guy right here on the east side of Kilgore, moving to the northeast at about 50 miles an hour. So let's put the radar into motion real quick, and it's this guy right here on the south side. So that storm there, Weather Service looking at it, concerned about the potential for a tornado in that. So this polygon is going to include the city of Longview, obviously, and those folks there near Lakeport and Estes, kind of that southeastern part of Gregg County. Not a huge county to start with, but this thing looks like it is going to clip the southern part of the city of Longview and also move near the Longview Airport. Weather Service is talking about that right now. So this is another high population area. So if we've got folks there from just the east side of Kilgore, you're at least the east side of town in the closest proximity to this. Okay, central and western side of Kilgore, you're fine. You probably got a pretty good show looking off to the east of you, though. So this thing is going to be moving northeast at about 50 miles an hour. So we want to be in those tornado safe spots now, folks, from Kilgore back to Longview, over to especially just west of Hallsville. Hallsville, you are inside the polygon right now. This will pass south of Spring Hill, south of White Oak. So again, this is a new tornado warning for those folks there, southeastern Gregg and south or northwestern Harrison County. So let's hop back down south real fast and take a look at this storm, which prompted things initially. This is the storm which prompted the warning for southern Cherokee County. Weather Service still looking at this storm capable of producing a tornado near Rusk, going northeast at 45. So the center of this thing is going to be right back here along Highway 69. Over the city of Rusk proper, moving northeast. This off the printer here. All right, so folks, from Rusk back north and west, it'll take you along Highway 110, which runs back towards Ponte and the Lone Star area there. This will be south and east of New Summerfield. The center of this circulation going to be right there. Savannah, you're in Rusk right now, hardly raining. Yeah, at this point, this thing's getting off to the northeast. There's a new scan just as you popped in. So we've gotten this thing northeast of the city of Rusk now, kind of paralleling, running along 110 that goes northeast out of Rusk. So it looks like the city of Rusk proper, you guys are just about to get east of that. Or you guys in Rusk are now southwest of the circulation and the back end of that storm. Let's look at this guy on the velocity product here. So when we flip over to our other source, this right-hand side showing us where some winds and how those are moving. So some decent circulation still in there with that. Not as pronounced as quite as much as it was earlier. This thing over here, though, south of Longview, is really ramping up there. That's at least for the time being, the stronger storm looks to be south of Longview, near Lakeport. If we were going to have to call it, I'd say really close to I-20 there. So the warning again for northwestern Harrison, south central Gregg County until 2:45. It's 2 o'clock right now. So we come in here and talking about a couple of tornado warnings, and I think we have another one that is just now starting to hit also. So let me get that off the printer, and we will talk about that here in just a second. But again, greatest area of concern so far between the Cherokee County and the Gregg County storms would be this thing here near Lakeport, moving northeast at about 50 miles an hour. So we need to exercise those tornado precautions. This will clip potentially the south side of Longview. Here's Interstate 20 right here. So this thing is right up on top of I-20. Yeah, Longview sirens, I'm not surprised to hear that they went off. Typically, from my understanding, if a tornado warning is issued for Gregg County, they're going to hit those sirens in Longview. It's pretty standard procedure. At least that's the way it was a couple of years ago. But the most intense part of this thing is going to be clipping more the southern side of Longview. Here's another update here on the radar. You make out that circulation. Notice those kind of light blue coloring right next to the more harsh red colors, showing us that we've got winds that are blowing in towards the radar site. Let me get our telestrator here. So we're blowing in towards the radar site with these blue colorings and away from the radar site with these redder shadings here. So when we have that, we can infer that we've got something that's rotating even around a common axis there. You can see that area where there's less in the way of radar returns there on the left-hand side of the screen there with the reflectivity right there between Longview, a little bit right there between Longview and Hull and Lakeport, I should say. So that's our area of greatest concern right now is going to be this particular pocket of Gregg County. So if you've got folks in that area, I know we still got a lot of kids in school. We got a lot of things going on. So let's exercise those tornado precautions. Rotation continues to tighten according to the Weather Service and strengthen on the cell across I-20 south of Longview. So they're seeing the same thing that I'm seeing here. And yeah, possible tornado there crossing I-20 southeast side of Longview. So if there is something there, that's where it's going to be. It's all moving northeast, Brittany, at about 40 to 50 miles an hour. Yeah, Longview is sounding the sirens according to those folks in charge there. So this again is going to be our greatest area of concern. South side of Longview, between Lakeport and Longview, right there along I-20. Let's take this telestrator off here. So real quick, let's get back and check this thing here. Reclaw area. Still some pretty good wind signature there between Reclaw and Rusk, going up south of 110, between 110 and 84. So we have that storm there. And then we also have this storm here, which is southwest or southeast of San Augustine proper. Standby.
Tornado warning.
All right, tornado warning for west central Sabine County, or it's east central San Augustine County and northwestern Sabine County until 2:30. This is the storm located over Rosevine, or about 26 miles southeast of Center, moving northeast at 40 miles an hour. So they are going to keep southeastern Shelby County in there, east central San Augustine, northwestern Sabine County for this guy right here along Highway 21. So here's San Augustine off to the northwest. There's Highway 21. And if we have something, it's going to be right here over that Highway 21 area, coming out of San Augustine County. So we'll give you some additional landmarks there real fast. So this will clip southeastern Shelby County. This will be well south and east of Center. But the warning itself taking in San Augustine County, there's the Sabine County line, and then Shelby County up here to the north and west. So the Weather Service looking at something possible on the radar. That again 2:30 the expiration time. It's 2:06 now. So we've got tornado warning for southeastern Shelby. This will be well south and east of the city of Center, east central San Augustine, and northwestern Sabine County until 2:30. Weather Service is now online with the Storm Prediction Center. They're going to have a new tornado watch, which will be coming out here pretty quick for the remainder of East Texas that was not already included in the tornado watch from earlier today. So this deep East Texas area, we've been talking about this area for a couple of days as looking pretty primed for severe weather development to occur this afternoon. And so we'll have a new watch box, the watch box, which is out right now. Let me take this off here. New watch box that's out right now. You can make that out by this red box. You'll notice that they excluded Panola County, Knack, Angelina County, Shelby County, Sabine, San Augustine counties in that initial box. But this new watch that's going to be coming out should cover the rest of that and also get us well over into Louisiana. And that will be, I would expect, for the potential for some strong tornadic development in this particular pocket of East Texas for later today. But in the meantime, we've got 1, 2, 3 tornado warnings out at the present time. And let's get back into and take a look at this thing. It's now looking to get just on the southeasternmost part of the city of Longview. That'll be along I-20 and just a little bit north of the interstate, most likely. So here's Longview. Still got some really good looking rotation. Again, the red coloring indicating winds that are blowing away from the Shreveport radar site. The shading in the green, light blue, indicating some stronger winds blowing in towards the radar site. So that makes sense and all seems to jive with what we're seeing. Got some heavy rainfall here in Tyler right now. They're on the south side of town. Nothing severe, at least in the Tyler area at the moment. But there is a lot starting to really blossom here. As you get into the early afternoon hours, as I talked about this morning in the update that we did at about 7:30, when we're into this point in the day, we've got a good amount of heating that has been allowed to transpire. So the atmosphere has been able to kind of like putting a pot of water on the stove, and you begin to kind of heat that up from the bottom. After a long enough amount of time, you begin to see some things that water starts to move. The convective process takes over. And with the time of day that we're in, this gives us a better environment for storms to really want to begin to kind of flourish and take off, which is what we're starting to see at this point. Let's see here. So the Weather Service is going to continue the warning for Harrison County. They have canceled and cleared out the Gregg County portion of the warning. So it's a tornado warning for Harrison County until 2:45. Storm capable of a tornado located over Hallsville or 9 miles east of Longview, moving northeast at 50 miles an hour. So that gets us, folks, Hallsville area, in the best position for anything tornadic. Let's get back on our traditional radar and look back in here. So again, this is the Gregg Harrison County line right here. This pretty stark line going north to south. So you got Longview Heights, 20. There's Estes. So it looks like so this thing coming up out of the southwest over southwestern part of Harrison County. You folks in Hallsville, along Highway 80, south of Highway 80 down to Interstate 20, you need to be in that safe spot at the moment. This will pass, as far as Marshall's concerned, this looks like it's going to pass north and west of Marshall, Brittany. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of peace of mind if you are in the Marshall area. But we always want to keep an eye on these storms that are clipping you that close to Marshall. Any right-hand deviation in that track, and sometimes with these types of storms, we can have some of that right moving deviation that could put that a little bit closer to your house than you might ordinarily be comfortable with. So keep an eye on that, folks in Marshall. Although you are not in the polygon at the moment. Storm will pass just northwest of you. But folks there, Estes, Longview Heights, Lansing. So we got 09 on that. So this thing is moving pretty decent clip. Yeah, there you go. Okay. There's a new image of that. All right. And let's see here. Oh, thanks, Jesse. I appreciate that. Thank you much. All right, so let's stand by for a new warning.
tornado warning.
All right, this is going to be a downstream warning for the tornado warning that was issued for Cherokee County earlier on. This will include southwestern parts of Rusk County. This will not include the city of Henderson, but it is going to. I'm sorry, it may actually. I think it will include Henderson when the new polygon comes out. So let's give that there. It is. Yeah. Okay. So here's the new warning for this storm. So tornado warning for southwestern Rusk County, northeastern Cherokee till 2:45. Storm capable of producing a tornado near New Salem. That's going to be south of Lake Stryker. Okay. Near New Salem, moving northeast at about 40 miles an hour. This is radar indicated. So here's New Salem. Here's Lake Stryker here to the northwest. Here's 79 here, so we're south of 79. This thing's moving northeast at about 40 miles an hour. So I think the NOAA weather radios are finishing up that message now for for this latest warning. So this will clear us out of Cherokee County here momentarily. Rusk, you're fine. You guys are in the clear. The main circulation now back up here towards New Salem, and they're going to be quickly over into Rusk County proper. So we're going northeast at about 40 miles an hour on this one. So let's take it from New Salem. And we'll go 40. So that has us Henderson about 2:43 or so on estimated time of arrival. So here's a New Salem. We get through McKnight. This will be along and south of 79. Henderson is in the polygon, although the worst of this potentially may pass just to the south side of Henderson. But that's a discussion for a little bit later down the road. But in the meantime, folks, New Salem up to McKnight. Let's take those tornado precautions. Laneville, you guys are just south of the polygon. Okay, Freeneytown, same for you. Fairview, Glen Fawn, y'all are outside completely of the polygon. So that, again, a new tornado warning for southwestern Rusk and northeastern Cherokee County, extreme northeastern Cherokee County, by the way. That goes till 2:45, okay? Weather Service and now coming out with the Storm Prediction Center for a new tornado watch, and that is going to let's see here. So they're going to include Angelina, Shelby, Sabine, St. Augustine, Nacogdoches, basically the rest of the counties in East Texas that were not already in a tornado watch. You're now in a tornado watch until 10 o'clock tonight. So we're now at least all up and accounted for in this thing. Friend Michael Searcy said he just saw a pretty well-defined wall cloud that passed over Lake Stryker, not noticing any damage there. That would be for that storm over Rusk County. Lisa Marie, you're fine. Kilgore got some moderate rain there now, but the worst of the activity is this storm here south of you is going to pass well south of you. And this storm here and over into Harrison County now is going to continue going away from you. So no concerns there for you. Hey, thanks, Ben. Appreciate you, man. Nothing noticeable as far as damage in Rusk. So that is good to know. Appreciate that, man. Alto, you guys are looking fine in Alto for the time being there. Jasmine, nothing really cooking in your neck of the woods. Everything's really kind of off to the north of you and way to the south of you. Brittany, Longview's fine for the moment. Okay, you've had some pretty good scare there with the sirens going off and whatnot earlier on, but that has all since scooted off to the north and to the east of you. So I think you're good there. Has it passed Hallsville yet, Beth? It is working on it. Let's get this out of the way here real quick. Yeah, we're okay in, let's take a look back at Hallsville here. Looks like whatever we have here is going to be on the north side of Hallsville. If there's anything ongoing, again, those red colors running away from the Shreveport site, these green and bluish colors indicating those winds that are blowing back towards Shreveport. So northeast of Hallsville now, probably the best assessment on where this thing could be at if there's something there that's doing damage at the moment. So there's not a lot of definition on this map here. There's Hallsville, there's I-20, Highway 80. So folks in Nesbitt, you need to be kind of on the lookout there off to your west. Here's 154 going up from Nesbitt to Harleton. This will be passing north of Marshall, northwest of Marshall. Jasmine, Lindale's looking okay at the moment. I think Lindale is just about on the backside of the overall threat. Temps down to 59 here at the house. Yeah, we're down to 59 here at the house. So the temps dropped, that's almost 10 degrees here since 1 o'clock. So I think we're quickly going to vacate the severe weather concern for Tyler, and Lindale points back to the north and west. Weather Service has already cleared Rains County and a number of counties off to the west out of the tornado watch box. I think they'll be doing that here for some of these northern counties as well, as we you can kind of make out, I think, the kind of the boundary here, which is going to separate the more intense. You're going to have more of your cool sector, I think, over here, and then the storms themselves are going to blossom in this warm sector, which is kind of broken apart along this boundary. See how these showers are kind of lining up? I think that's going to be more or less, our action area is going to be over here, back east of Tyler. That helps some, okay? Asking about Henderson. Sarah, trying to get this off here. So this thing will be passing, I think, just to the south side of Henderson. Looking like just south of 79 along and south of 79. Looks to be Weather Service has canceled Cherokee County out of that tornado warning, by the way, as we talked about here a second ago. It was just really clipping the far eastern part of the county. So Cherokee County, you are completely out of the warning. That'll update here on the screen in just a second. They'll trim this little, there you go, just like that. So, storm capable of a tornado located near New Salem or 11 miles southwest of Henderson, moving northeast at 40 is the latest from the Weather Service. So there's New Salem. So we'll be looking. Not as pronounced. Not as pronounced the velocity as it was earlier, so that's good. So that does not look quite as organized as it did a little bit ago. But on a day like today, with the parameters that are in place and the type of atmosphere, you obviously want to err on the side of caution. Let's look back at this cell back. Yeah, this Shelby Sabine County storm still got the tornado warning on it. This guy's about to cross Toledo Bend right now. So that's East Hamilton, just clipping southern Shelby County. Here's the Shelby County line right here. So this will be the north side of, well, it's not the north side, central Toledo Bend. But that guy's going to continue kind of scrolling off to the northeast. Still got a pretty good looking signature on it. So this guy's going to exit over into Louisiana in the next couple of minutes. So that will take care of it. And I pray we don't have anybody on Toledo Bend today, but I guess there's always a chance. Some folks like to do what they can before the cold fronts come through. All right, let's get back into so the Houston Weather Service office has gone ahead with a warning for this Houston County area, north and east of Crockett, Kennard area. And this guy's going to come straight northeast, just north of Highway 7, and get over into between Alto and Wells. Here in the next 5 to 15 minutes. So you folks in the southern Cherokee County, just be aware of that. No warnings for southern Cherokee County at the moment, but this thing continues moving like it is along Highway 7 now. Yeah, this is a pretty good shower passing northeast of Grapeland now, Kelly. But this storm that we're talking about is this guy here down near Kennard. That's northeast of Crockett. So that's something we'll be watching. Weather Service just mentioned, too, that area of circulation in Harrison County didn't look as impressive, which is what we were talking about here just a second ago. Let's look at that back. Yeah, not as strong, broad, and there's definitely rotation there, but it doesn't look as impressive. You're welcome, Kelly. It didn't look as impressive as it did here several minutes back, so that's good news there. But they're going to keep that warning going until its expiration time, which I think is that'll be $2:45 officially on that. let's see here. Weather Service is going to go ahead and reissue the tornado warning for this guy down here in extreme southeastern Shelby County. So they'll just clip Shelby County and get it over into DeSoto and Sabine Parish in Louisiana. So if you guys are down there and you've got your NOAA weather radios with the Center Texas NOAA weather radio signal, you're probably getting a warning on that right now. But this thing is going to be quickly getting off over into Louisiana, getting across the Texas line. But they are reissuing a little bit further downstream to cover those Louisiana parishes. So we've got 3 storms right now that are producing tornado warnings. So we got our guy over here, Harrison County. We got this guy here, southwestern Rusk County. And then we got this guy here crossing Toledo Bend as we speak. Those are the only warnings that we have. All 3 warnings are tornado warnings. And then we've got this other storm, which is coming up out of Houston County, which is a severe thunderstorm warning for Houston County. But those are the warnings that we have to speak of. Let's look at this tornado watch, too. Let's see. Weather Service saying they got a report of a visual of the circulation as the storm crossed Hallsville, but no tornado on the ground at that time. So they saw the circulation, but there was nothing actually making contact with the ground. Megan, as far as Hallsville goes, everything is north and east of you now, up well north of 80, up about to cross Highway 154. So the Weather Service is not going to reissue for this Harrison County storm per their latest thoughts, unless it were to increase in intensity once again. So that's that one will expire at 2:45. Marshall, this again, as we talked about earlier, this thing actually is going to pass north of Marshall. So I think you guys are fine there in Marshall. Thanks to my friends at Rose City Roofing for helping to support us here in this cause today. We appreciate them and helping us out like they have. Hopefully not a ton of damage to be dealt with in the roofing area, but good folks helping out if you do need it. So folks down in the Houston County area, Houston Weather Service is using the Shreveport radar to try to keep an eye on this storm there near Kennard. It's just a tough area as far as radar coverage goes. But this thing is just about to get over into south, extreme southwestern part of Cherokee County. So we'll see if the Weather Service decides to do anything on that. But you guys in southern Cherokee County, south of Alto, between Wells and Alto, this guy will be coming right up on you from the southwest. Nothing tornadic in it. Weather Service is canceling the tornado warning for Harrison County, so they're going to cancel that a little bit early, which is good. So that takes Harrison County out of the way. The storm there west of Marshall's the one they're talking about there, so that's good. So we're at 234. We've got 2 tornado warnings and a severe thunderstorm warning still active. Then we'll go north to south. Tornado warning for southern, kind of south central part of Rusk County. Weather Service is looking at this area along 84, I think, due west of Mount Enterprise. Looks like a new area of circulation they're talking about. Yeah, that's what they're looking at. This is what they're looking at right here. See that? And it looks like this. Sometimes what we have to deal with these storms is we've got a ton of juice, fuel, if you want to call it, that's funneling in, trying to get up into this storm that was headed towards Rusk. But this storm down to the south chokes that off. So this storm up here near Henderson ends up dying off at the expense of this one down to the south. So that may be what's going on, because it looks like the circulation north of that is losing some of its composure. But this guy down here near Mount Enterprise seems to be kind of picking up some momentum. So that'll be something that we watch. This will be further to the south of Henderson, but I think that's probably what's going on with that storm that's not actually inside of a tornado warning per se, but this will be a circulation that they're going to want to watch. Let's see what we have here. All right. Stand by one.
Tornado warning.
This is a new tornado warning. This will be for west central Panola and central Rusk County. That's going to go until, let's see here, until 3 o'clock. So this is going to be for this guy right down here to the south that we were just talking about. This will be the west side of 259. This polygon should populate here just in a second. Weather Service looking at a storm capable of producing, there it goes, capable of a tornado located near Menden or about 12 miles south of Henderson. That's moving northeast at 45 miles an hour. So we're talking Menden around 245, Pine Hill around 255. So that's for this circulation here that's just to the south of Henderson. This polygon does not include folks in Carthage proper, okay? Not going to have Carthage in there, but we will have folks along 259. This will pass north of Mount Enterprise. You guys in Mount Enterprise are not in the polygon, okay? So we'll call it Menden. It's actually a little bit south, maybe a little bit west of Menden. But regardless, folks in Menden area, there's a new piece of info coming in there. So Menden back to Brackfield and trying to put some additional landmarks on there. There's Farm to Market 840. This is right now the circulation southwest of 840, closer to 259. There's Pine Hill. So this will be for this new tornado warning. And this one to the south of the original one that we were talking about. Lisa, you're asking about Laneville. You guys kind of right there near that circulation. I would hang in your safe spot there for a few more minutes. Let's get this thing out of your area. Won't take long, but let's give that thing just a few more minutes to get itself together. So I think this circulation, it looks like it's going to be, that looks a lot more impressive on the radar. So there's 259 from Henderson back to Mount Enterprise. What we've got here is going to be right in this area here, okay? So we're at 240. Tornado warning for folks in southern Rusk County. Central, we'll call it South Central Rusk County. West Central Panola County till 3 o'clock. Storm moving northeast at 45. Good for y'all, Janet. That's what you want to do. Get out of that gymnasium. Very good. Looks like we got quite a few spotters and chasers out there today, which is not surprising. You bet, Steve. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. As far as oh, yeah, look at that. Okay. I'm going to come back to you in a second, Grapeland. Hang on. Just 1 second, Chelsea. Yeah, you see that starting to develop in there. East side of 314. West of 259. If we've got something, it's going to be right in this area here. This will be north of Mount Enterprise. So if you're heading north, if you've got to go to Henderson from Mount Enterprise, you'll do so on 259. Stay in Mount Enterprise for now. If you got to go to Mount Enterprise from Henderson, stay in Henderson for now. Let's let this thing get past and cross over. It's going to go right over 259. I would say, what is that, about 7 miles or so north of Mount Enterprise on 259. This thing will cross right over just like that. So let's just keep that in mind. Real quick, had some people asking about okay, this thing back into Rusk in the Cherokee County, I should say. Doesn't look like it has quite as much circulation to it. Still looks like it's got the potential for some hail and probably some pretty strong wind in there. Southwestern Cherokee County, west of 69. between Wells and Alto, due west of Wells right now, I would say. So we're at 244. NOAA weather radios are going off now for a new issuance.
Severe thunderstorm warning.
Severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Nacogdoches and southeastern Cherokee County. So this thing is going to clip. It'll clip southern Cherokee County. There's the polygon. It will not include the city of Nacogdoches, but it is going to include Cushing. This thing kind of paralleling 21 there. I should say crossing over 69, going to cross over 21. So Weather Service looking at a storm capable of 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-size hail. Storm located over Forest, or about 20 miles south of Russ, moving northeast at 45. So here's the thriving metropolis of Forest on the west side of 69. And so you got some hail, it looked like. This was at 43, it's 45. So, yeah, this thing moving that fast. So Forest, crossing 69, somewhere just north side of Crossroads. This will stay north of Wells, at least the toughest of it, the best hail potential. This will stay well south of Alto, and it will cross the county line over into Eden. There's Douglas, Nat, crossing 21. The polygon takes you up to just south of Garrison, Cushing area there. So that's the tornado, the severe thunderstorm warning, I should say, for that storm coming out of Houston County. All right, the Sabine County area, southeastern Shelby County, you guys are done. Here's the lone tornado warning that we have still active for this storm crossing 259 right now. Again, it's passing well south of Henderson, so we're fine there in Henderson. Doesn't look quite as circulation doesn't look quite as impressive on the radar. East of 259 now, though, based off of this and also what I'm seeing on the chat. It gets pretty dense off in here, so it can be hard to tell what's going on. Let's see here. So the Weather Service is going to continue that tornado warning until 3 o'clock for west central Panola and central Rusk County. Storm capable of a tornado over Minden, or about 8 miles southeast of Henderson, moving northeast at 45. So if we have something, it's going to be down north of Mount Enterprise. Again, there's 259. Here's 315. Continue tracking northeast. So that is there, still maintaining itself. There's a little better resolution there on as far as towns go. So there's our tornado warning. We have two other severe thunderstorm warnings for our area. The rest of this stuff, all this stuff back in here is going to be more showery. Okay. As this, we got this front, which I haven't checked in a while, but it's further to the east of that, but it's swimming across. But the big action for the afternoon from here on is going to be down in this corridor, Harrison County, Panola County, Rusk County, Nacogdoches, Angelina, Trinity, and then everybody back to the east. Check something here real fast from the Storm Prediction Center. See if they... Okay, so they... Okay. So let's look back at this guy. The further north and east this thing gets out of Cherokee County, the better shot that the radar is going to have of it. So looks a little bit more organized. That Rusk County storm does. A lot of noise in here. Even though we've just got the severe thunderstorm warning for this southern Cherokee and Nacogdoches County storm, this is going to be one to keep an eye on. It's got some broad rotation in there potentially, but we want it to tighten up. If you want, not that anybody wants a tornado, but if you want a tornado, you need a tighter circulation as opposed to a broad circulation like this. As it tightens up, it spins faster and faster, and that's what really helps to get that process going. So we have something, generally speaking, we got a mesocyclone down there north of Wells, but some decent lightning and some pretty decent heavy rainfall there. It'll pass well south of Alto. Jacksonville been pretty quiet. Tyler, quiet, just some lingering showers. Not much of anything going on back up towards Wood County, Sulphur Springs. Let's see here if we can put some guitars. Temp display. So here are some temps. I don't know if you can see these. Mineola's at 59, Terrell's at 60, Greenville at 62. But look at what we have down here. That's the Cherokee, or the Henderson Airport there. Cherokee, the Rusk County Airport near Henderson. 73 there for a temp. 72 at Center. 73 NAC. 76 at the Angelina County Airport. 70 at Palestine. 57 at Athens. Look at that. 57 to 70 between Palestine and Athens. Think there's a front sitting in there somewhere? 57, Tyler. I got 56 here at the house right now on the south side of town. We're over here just south of the South Loop, or south of Loop 323. Okay, that's Louisiana. There's 61. That looks like Mount Pleasant. Yeah. Let's look at these dew points, too, while we're at it. This will tell an even better tale. So dew points, Tyler 54, dew point at Carthage 66. Center got a 68 dew point. That's a lot of juice in that air mass. 72 Nacogdoches, your dew point temperature, 70 at Lufkin. Again, the higher the dew point, just think of that as just better quality moisture, more potential for energy. The lower that number, the less in the way of those things. That's quite a contrast between Tyler and Longview. Look at there. 54 for the dew point in Tyler, 67 in Longview. These are top of the hour numbers. I don't think these update on the quarter, but they may. Alto's looking fine right now, Jason. This storm will pass south of you guys. But you got some hefty rain there between Alto and Wells. But potential, maybe some 60-mile-an-hour wind potential there. And a little bit of hail potentially. So it looks like the Weather Service is going to go ahead and warn downstream for this thing here. That's a nice looking tail on the south end of that storm, south of 79. Wow. Hey, I don't blame you, Jason. I don't blame you a bit, man. Rory's got 60 on the west side of Lake Palestine off of 315. I know right where you're at. Thanks, Rory. You got a downpour in Rusk? Yeah, I believe that. All right, NOAA weather radios are starting to cycle again. Alrighty, let's see.
Tornado warning.
We got the new tornado warning, which is going to go up until 3:30. This will be for northwestern Panola County as well as east central Rusk County. Again, that's until 3:30. Weather Service looking at a storm capable of producing a tornado over Pine Hill or about 11 miles east of Henderson, moving northeast at 35. That's a impressive looking signature there, just on the reflectivity. See that nice kind of hook looking formation there. Let's get back here. So here's the reflectivity and the velocity product. So here's Highway 79. That's that little appendage we were talking about on the east, on the left-hand side there. You see it kind of wraps back to the southeast. So this will be south of 79. Carthage officially not completely inside the completely out of the polygon. So this is going to pass northwest of Carthage based off of the Weather Service's projection. It's an impressive looking hook, though. So here's Tatum. This thing passes south of Tatum. You guys in Beckville, we want to be in our safe spot there. This will go probably between Beckville and Carthage, I would bet. Somewhere between the two. Right now, just south of 79. It's in the southwest of Carthage. So here's kind of a broad look at that. We'll run the radar loop on it. So about to cross 79. So we're east of 259 here now. This thing is just about to get out of Rusk County. Yeah. So now we've got just the fresh box on there. So you guys at Henderson, you're A-OK. On Enterprise, you're fine. Carthage, you're okay. This thing will pass north of you. Not sure where our polygon went. So real quick, folks, at Houston County Weather Service has cleared that warning out for you guys. Just some showers down there near Crockett, some lightning, a little bit of lightning in there. There's the most recent polygon, which does not include Houston County, and this thing is just about to get out of Cherokee County here in a bit, and will be over exclusively into Nacogdoches County. That storm severe, not a tornado warning. Near potential, I'd say maybe up to nickels to quarters in that, maybe along either side of 20 or along 21, south of 21. Moving northeast, but this will stay north and west of the city of Nacogdoches. Severe thunderstorm warning there. There's our polygon for the tornado warning storm for Panola County. Just about exclusively out of Rusk County now. East of Henderson on 79. That's what we want to keep the eye on right there. There that is. All right. Stand by for new severe thunderstorm warning.
Severe thunderstorm warning.
Okay, this will be folks in northeastern Marion and southeastern Cass County, and then a slew of other people over in Louisiana. So this storm capable of severe weather, 60-mile-an-hour wind, and quarter-sized hail. That storm there over Smithland right now, right down here along Highway 49. This thing is moving east at about 45 miles an hour, they're going to say. So this will be for extreme southeastern Cass County and extreme northeastern Marion County. So that's severe thunderstorm warning for those folks, and that runs until 3:45 this afternoon. That'll clear over into Louisiana and be out of these counties in the next 15 minutes or so. But while it is there, and so they'll keep the warning going, and then they'll trim that out once it gets over across the state line. So this thing here continues to be the bigger story. This is the storm south, just due east of Henderson on 79 right now. Got thanks, Beth. Thanks for being here. So this thing is it continues to look good on the radar. Doesn't appear to be touching the ground according to the spotter traffic that I'm looking at here. But this is that storm there again, west of Carthage. If there's going to be something, it's going to be right there along 79. Along or maybe just north of 79. Just north of 79. Southeast of Beckville. Let's call that maybe 6 miles. 6.5 miles southwest of Beckville. If there's something there, that's where it's going to be. So this will just, pass just north of Carthage. So that's storm number one. So there's storm number one, and here's storm number two, which is now out of Cherokee County, over into northern, we'll call it northwestern Nacogdoches County. And so this guy is going to continue scooting off to the northeast at about 35 to 40 miles an hour. Not producing anything tornadic, but probably doing some hefty rainfall and some pretty good lightning in there as well. Right there, just south of 21. If you're heading out of Nacogdoches towards 69 on 21, this thing will be crossing real quick. So our two storms remaining, at least the two severe ones right now. 1 and 2, both in that kind of that southeastern pocket. Dew point 65 Carthage, or Henderson rather, 68 dew point there between Jacksonville and Rusk at the Cherokee County Airport. 70s for dew points down Nacogdoches. You get up a little bit to the north. Dew points down to 54 at Tyler, down to 54 at Athens, and it'll continue to be on the lower side as you go further north and northwest. Weather Service has canceled the warning for Cherokee County now, as we told you they would do so once this thing gets out of the county. So that polygon will reset here in a couple of seconds once they push that through the system. And that'll kind of allow for things to make a little bit more sense. Again, that one's going to pass north of Nacogdoches. A lot of rural area there over northwestern Nacogdoches County. There's the polygon clipping off. Looks like a little rotation in there near Douglas, just southeast of Douglas, between Eden and Douglas. South of Cushing, due south of Cushing. So that'll be something to watch. This thing continues to play, though, up west of Carthage now. There's a lot of noise in there. A lot of noise. Probably some pretty hefty wind potential. Man, that's an awful lot of noise there. Oh, 909. This is about a 2-minute old radar piece here. So whatever we've got is going to be right in here. Notice how these winds are all over the place. And then you get out here and they really start to just all over the place out there. But I think our circulation is going to be back in here. So Weather Service continuing the warning for northwestern Panola County. Storm capable of a tornado near Beckville or 10 miles west of Carthage, moving northeast at 35. All right, so there's a later, fresher polygon there. They clipped out Cherokee County, or Rusk County, I should say. If you're on the northwest side of Carthage, you need to be in that safe spot. This is going to pass north, it looks like, of the city of Carthage, but it's not going to miss it by a ton. As far as from the center of town, we're about 6 or so miles. Let's call it 6 miles just to give this thing a little bit more respect. About 6 to 6.5 miles from what would consider to be downtown Carthage. Moving northeast at 35. So things aren't moving as fast as they were earlier in the day. Weather Service has canceled the tornado watch for Henderson County as well as Van Zant County. They're going to keep Anderson County in the watch here for a little bit longer. But as we talked about here a little bit ago, with the way these winds and this cooler and drier air is working its way in, that's going to cut the legs out from under this stuff. So there's our storm number 2, the severe thunderstorm warning north of Carthage. Or north of Nacogdoches, should say, northwest of Nac. pretty good hail potential there, about to cross 204. There's Sackle, Cushing. I bet you there's probably at least some nickels to quarters in there east of Looneyville. Northeast of Nat. Coming up on 204. 68 Dew Point, Cherokee County Airport. 54 Dew Point, Tyler Pounds. 54 at Athens. 66 at Palestine. So you see why they would leave that watch in there, just with that moisture content. All right. This looks like this thing has a little bit more circulation to it. See how it's kind of bending back a little bit. And I think that's exactly what the Weather Service is thinking too. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. All right. Stand by.
Tornado warning.
All right, so new tornado warning for south central Rusk and northwestern Nacogdoches County. That's going to go until 4 o'clock. That's for this thing right here, northwest of Nacogdoches along Highway 21. Weather Service seeing a storm capable of a tornado near Trawick or about 9 miles northwest of Nacogdoches, moving northeast at 30. So that tornado warning until 4 o'clock. There's the polygon for it. You started to see that kind of that, how it starts to kind of notch back like it was doing there. That on a day like today, it's pretty good indicator. Yeah. So again, this is the same storm that prompted the severe thunderstorm warning. This will pass north of Nacogdoches. The cities involved really don't change. Just we kind of escalate things with the tornado warning, but that will be passing across between Mount Enterprise and Nacogdoches there. Currently, this thing is northwest of Nacogdoches. Best circulation there. Yeah, it's going to be right in this area here. So that is for this thing here. This is going to pass north of the city of Nac. So tornado warning on that storm. And then you got this thing up here north of Carthage now, or northwest of Carthage, northwest side. It's an awful lot of noise in there. See, folks, in Carthage, this is north side of town, just north of town. Northwest, I should probably say, right there along Highway 149, going up towards Beckville. So this will cross Highway 59 here shortly, coming north out of Carthage. right, let's talk about this guy real fast.
Severe thunderstorm warning.
A new severe thunderstorm warning for, we'll call it central Nacogdoches and western Angelina counties. That will run until 4 o'clock. So quarters and 60-mile-an-hour winds possible with this storm. Storm right now near Diboll, moving northeast at about 40. So here's Lufkin proper here. Hudson. Let's put this guy into motion. So this will probably pass over the southeast side of Lufkin. We clip those southeastern part of town. And you got this thing up here just to the north of it. So we'll be talking about this thing right along 59 here. The heart of that storm is right on 59. There's your potential for some hail in there near Diboll. Anything in kind of that purplish shading up to just southeast of Burke. Then another kind of a break, and then another pretty good looking storm there up near Hudson on the west side of Lufkin. Those guys all moving kind of from southwest to northeast. All right, so here are the ones we have to work with. So we've got the tornado warning storm for that storm that's going to pass north of Nacogdoches. And he is in the process of just about to pass over 259 between Nacogdoches and Mount Enterprise real quick. Nothing confirmed on any of these so far. These are all just radar indicated. And then this guy back up north side of Carthage now. East or just west of Walnut Grove. About to cross Highway 59. So let's look at this. This rotation doesn't look quite as pronounced as it did earlier. Bullard sirens going off, Christina. I'm not sure why the sirens would be going off in Bullard. I'm not seeing anything that would indicate that. Yeah, I don't know what that would be from, because you guys you're not having anything there that looks remotely concerning in Bullard, at least right now. So this circulation looks like it's crossing 259 right now, north of Nacogdoches. Nothing imminent. We haven't seen anything yet. That shows anything on the ground. All right, here's a new warning for that storm there north of Carthage.
Tornado warning.
All right, we'll extend this out. This is going to be further downstream. This will be tornado warning for southeastern Harrison County and northeastern Panola County. That's going to run until 4 o'clock, so it gets us another 30 minutes. There's the new polygon. Weather Service seeing a storm capable of a tornado located near DeBerry or about 11 miles northeast of Carthage, moving northeast at 45. So they're going to continue this thing further downstream, and that'll get it over. It actually includes, I think it's Caddo Parish, western Caddo Parish, so over in Louisiana. So this is just the northeasternmost part of Panola County. This is north of Carthage. This will not include Marshall and Harrison County. It won't even include Scottsville. You will clip Wascom there in extreme eastern Harrison County, right there along the Texas-Louisiana border, I should say. And so that's just a further downstream warning for that. So we'll get it back. There's Elysian Fields, Grand Bluff. So that'll take it over into Louisiana here shortly. You folks in the Carthage area, you're fine. We've moved that, stayed north of town as we had talked about, and continues moving out of the way. This little thing down here north of Nacogdoches has crossed 259. Looks pretty decent on radar, at least from the reflectivity perspective. There along 259, just east of 259 now. And again, has stayed and will continue to stay north of the city of Nacogdoches. Folks are at Garrison up 59 right there at the 259-59 split. Northern Nacogdoches County, you guys 250 on 59 rather. This will stay. This is probably going to run pretty parallel to 59. But there's Central Heights. We're just north of Central Heights with this storm. For you folks in Nacogdoches County. So pretty good circulation on that thing still. So we're southeast of Mount Enterprise. This will be the one I think we keep an eye on for doing something. Still watching these two storms down. One on the north side of Lufkin, one on the southeast side of town, just the core of it, just outside the southeast loop. Hailers and some wind in there. Nothing too disconcerting, though, at the moment. So that's good. Garden variety showers and light rain back up to Tyler, Jacksonville, Crockett, Palestine. Rain's about cleared out of Athens. There's our severe thunderstorm warning for that southeastern Cass County and extreme eastern Marion County. That one runs for another 10 minutes. I don't see really much in the way of significant hail there, or wind for that matter, but two, three, four. Quieting down a lot in East Texas. So it looks like the Weather Service is going to go ahead and probably issue further downstream into Shelby County, northwestern Shelby County, I would bet, for this storm as it's coming up on the northernmost part of Nacogdoches County, crossing that extreme southeastern tip of Rusk County. So they'll be issuing, probably including southeast or southwestern Panola County in there as well, I would bet. As this thing kind of parallels 59. The warning would take it. It's going to stay north of center. But you guys up Timpson, Bobo, Tenaha. So we're at 338. Tornado warning still in place for northeastern Nacogdoches and extreme southwestern Rusk County. There's the new tornado warning coming out. Let's see here.
Tornado warning.
So we got a new tornado warning. This is just taking this thing further downstream. South central Panola County, southeastern Rusk, north central Nacogdoches, and northwestern Shelby County. So that's going to go till 4:15. Weather Service looking at this storm that you're seeing there, the center of the screen, just really just west of Garrison. They're saying it's near Garrison or 16 miles north of Nacogdoches, moving northeast at 40. So that'll take it, again, right up 59 towards Tenaha. This, again, stays to the north. This thing stays to the north of the city of Center, but looks like it's wrapping up. Looks like it's wrapping up a little better. Yeah, they are going to. Looks like they're going to upgrade that. They do have a tornado debris signature on this storm now, so that's going to change the situation to a confirmed tornado now versus radar indicated. Got some folks down there indicating a pretty substantial size tornado. Apparently, that'll be just to the north. Just to the north of Garrison, I'm thinking, is where they're going to put this at. So that's right along Highway 59 and near that Garrison area. So they are going to hang, the Weather Service is going to hang the confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado verbiage on this one now, which with the spotters that are in the area. We got a lot of spotters down here today, a lot of chasers, people that know what they're looking for and are really good at what they do. So we're going to upgrade this to a confirmed tornado. That would be over Elysian Fields, or about 17 miles southeast of Marshall, moving northeast at 45. So that's going to be so they're going to be looking at this guy right in here. So let's get back further onto the let's get back on this one here. This is the one we're wanting to keep an eye on. So we've got a tornado, confirmed tornado now near Elysian Fields, moving to the northeast at about 35 to 45 miles an hour. So this is north of 79, heading up towards the Wascom area. So for some perspective, we're northeast of Carthage. So here's Highway 79 going up towards Bethany and eventually over into Louisiana. US 79 there goes out of Carthage. So the Weather Service saying they have multiple reports of a large tornado on the ground. That's going to be probably just north of DeBerry, FM 31, which runs between DeBerry and Elysian Fields. That's probably going to be where we are seeing this at, based on what the radar is showing us here, along or maybe either west or just on top of 31 right now, about to cross 31. So if you have to get from DeBerry to Elysian Fields on 31, you need to get off of that, hold off, let this thing get past. But it looks like it is a confirmed situation now versus something we've been looking at just on radar and not really having much idea if there's anything going on. But it's a confirmed tornado. This will be north of 79. That's what it looks like. Farm to Market 31 there. So we're just kind of toggling back and forth between these different radar platforms. I like what we can see here as far as more landmarks. So if you're in the Elysian Fields area or northeast of Elysian Fields, that's where our main area of concern is going to be at here, east of FM 31. .345, which is about a minute or so ago, Weather Service with a confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado located near Wascom. Not sure if they're talking about a secondary circulation or they may need to check that. Yeah, this is what we're looking at here. So this is getting west of or east of 31, east of FM 31. Coming up, this will coming up just southwest of Wascom. We'll continue to move this thing northeast. Farm to market 451 along and just north of 451. This will pass just south of Strickland Springs. The center of circulation is northeast of Elysian Fields now. So this is really straddling the Panola and Harrison County line. And we have at the same time this thing going on down just north of Garrison, southwest of Timpson. Nothing confirmed on that one. And then severe thunderstorm warning for the storms that are east of Lufkin now. But this thing here, southwest of Wascom, seems to be the most intense and the one that has produced something that's been confirmed. All right, stand by here as we get ready for another one. Yep, there's that one right there.
Tornado warning.
Okay, new tornado warning for eastern Nacogdoches, central Angelina County, as well as northwestern St. Augustine County. So that will be for a storm located near Huntington, or about 7 miles southeast of Lufkin. And that is moving northeast at about 50 miles an hour. So we've got some rotation in that. So that is an additional bit of circulation down there. Not nearly as impressive as the one back up over northern Panola County, but still, with the environment in place, still something you got to keep a close eye on. So this one again near Huntington, moving northeast at about 50 miles an hour. So that'll include, this is going to be east of Lufkin, or southeast of Lufkin. This will be well south of Nacogdoches. But they are going to fan this thing out and take into account the city of St. Augustine and that little chunk of St. Augustine County. And you got a lot of rural sections of Nacogdoches County and Angelina County in there for this thing as well. So a lot of trees in that area, hard to see. Visibility is not good. But in this kind of a situation, at least we've got daylight to work with, which makes it a little bit, maybe provides a little bit of help on that. But that's our latest tornado warning. That's for eastern Nacogdoches, central Angelina, and northwestern St. Augustine until 4:30. So that gets us about 38 more minutes. Back on the, let's get back on this this one up here, southwest of Wascom. This thing is still wrapped up pretty good there, good ways east to northeast of Elysian Fields now. So let's look at that one again. This rotation is still pretty bright along Farnham Market 9 right now. This will pass just south of Wascom, it looks like. So just southeast, just southeast of Strickland Springs. All right, Weather Service is due another downstream issuance on this tornado warning for this storm here that we're talking about.
Tornado warning.
Another big tornado warning until 4:30 for east central Harrison County. That will be this storm here that's on the southwest side of Wascom. Large and extremely dangerous tornado located and confirmed near Wascom or 14 miles west of Shreveport, moving northeast at 45. Weather Service calling this a particularly dangerous situation, which is verbiage that they reserve for situations where, like this, where they have something that's large and confirmed on the ground. So this will pass again, probably if not, probably just to the south of Wascom. It is going to cross over Interstate 20 there between Wascom and Greenwood, Louisiana, there on the other side of the border. So if you've got people who were traveling on I-20 from Marshall east or from Shreveport west right now, let's let those folks know we need to get that area a lot of clearance as this thing comes across from southwest to northeast. Again, new tornado warning now till 4:30. It will include east central Harrison County and also west central Caddo and west central Bossier Parish over into Louisiana. But that is for this thing that is confirmed and large and running northeast at about 45 miles an hour. So you folks who are in the Wascom area need to be in that safe place, especially if you're just south of I-20, just south of I-20 there in that extreme eastern part of Harrison County. So this thing will be outside of the state of Texas within the next 15 minutes, if not sooner. And that'll allow us to clear that off. It's going to come pretty close to the Shreveport Weather Service office, too, it looks like. Really close. Look at this on our other source. So we're continuing with that tornado warning for extreme eastern Harrison County there, just south of Wascom, looks like. Got these additional tornado warned storm down here east of Lufkin, kind of east southeast of Lufkin. Couple of areas of circulation. There's one near Huntington. Could be a little circulation there. Southeast of Chirino. And then another one, maybe even just due east of Nacogdoches. They're all pretty, I mean, it's hard to know what all is going on there. They don't look as impressive as the other ones have further north, but still, it gets awful muddy in there with all those warnings simultaneously. Storm back. Your Timpson, Tenaha. Be crossing 59 here in the next probably 10 to 20 minutes. It'll be south of Carthage. And then this guy here still near just south of Wascom, about to cross I-20 there at the Texas-Louisiana line. So Weather Service is going to clear out Nacogdoches and southeastern Rusk counties. From this polygon there, so that one's gone. We still have the warning for southeastern Nacogdoches County, tornado warning for that area there along Highway 7, and then this additional storm there near Chirino, and then the other one back into Angelina County there, south of 103, east of Homer. So nothing in the city of Lufkin proper, nothing in the city of Nacogdoches proper. Everything is east or southeast of you guys. Nice storm there near Mount Enterprise. This one over here, east or west of Tenaha. Looks like it's got some decent rotation to it. Be just northeast of Tenaha. What is that? 947, along and just north of FM 947 there, north of Tennessee. West of 59. There's Gary. Circulation, if there's going to be something there, it's going to be probably down in here, south of Gary. Moving up towards probably just coming between Shady Grove and Woods, crossing 59 between Shady Grove and Woods. And then this thing over here, which is crossing the Texas-Louisiana border right now. So rainfall about wrapping up here in the city of Tyler. You can see the showers getting back off to the southeast. Same story back up towards Mount Pleasant. Sulphur Springs. Weather Service has cleared the watch box out of all but the Anderson County area, and Houston, Trinity County is still involved in the watch. Dew point's still 72 at Trinity County, or Houston County Airport, so that makes sense. Dew point's in the 60s back out here. Contrast that with the 50s, Tyler, Wood County Airport, Sulphur Springs, 40s and 30s back out towards DFW, so the drier area continues to move in. All the action is going to be out here in the warm sector. So Weather Service office in Shreveport working 4 tornado warnings right now. 3 of them are officially in our area. This thing over into the southeastern Harrison County thing is getting out of Texas. It is out of Texas now, pretty much. So passing just man, if it didn't go through Wascom, it just barely missed it to the south. So that one is going to be exiting out, or has exited out. Further back to the south, you got the one over southeastern Panola County, right there along the Panola and Shelby County line. This thing's about to get out of Shelby County completely. Some decent looking circulation there, east of or west of 59, just south of Shady Grove. Weather Service has now just canceled the tornado warning for Harrison County. So that is good for us, for the Texas side at least. So they'll clear that polygon out of Harrison County. So to clear that out. And these 3 storms down here in across eastern Nacogdoches, extreme eastern Angelina County, and then this one storm that is over southeastern Panola County, due south of Carthage along 59. Also a tornado warning storm. So 407, those are the warnings that we have. You can see that Harrison County box has been trimmed. Got some reports of some damage in the DeBerry area. Old Town Road and 451 north of DeBerry. Fire department clearing some trees off of 451 just east of Old Town, I'm being told. So it looks like Weather Service is fixing to issue further downstream for this storm that is along 59 right now, south of Carthage. They are going to, I would assume, reissue a tornado warning for that. So we'll see when that comes across. That's a good ways north of Tenaha. So we're south of Carthage, just inside the Panola County line from Shelby County on 59, north of Tenaha. All right, here comes our latest one.
Tornado warning.
So this will be tornado warning for southeastern Panola County. This, again, is going to be further downstream from the warning that we had. This storm, you can see it here along Highway 59. Weather Service saying capable of producing a tornado 7 miles north of Tenaha or 9 miles southeast of Carthage, moving northeast at 40. And that'll be a tornado warning until 5 o'clock for folks in southeastern Panola County. And that'll give us, and they'll clear Panola County out of this thing, but it'll be out of there before 5 o'clock. They will trim them out as soon as that happens, but they're also including DeSoto Parish and Caddo Parish in the warning over into Louisiana. So that's the reason for the longer fuse on that. But so again, we're just continuing to walk this thing across Panola County. This is getting east of 59 now, over into some of the more unincorporated areas of the county. It'll cross FM 699 north of Old Center. It's going to cross FM 31. It's south of probably near or just south of Deadwood, and taking it further downstream, that gets it over into the crossing the Louisiana border there along Highway 172. Weather Service continuing their tornado warning until 4:30 for eastern Nacogdoches and northwestern St. Augustine counties. Storm capable of producing a tornado 7 miles southeast of Martinsville or 18 miles southwest of Center, going northeast at 75 miles an hour, they're saying. So that will clear out. That clears out Angelina County. So here you are with Sam Rayburn. So this polygon will update here just in a second. That'll clear Angelina out. So this thing's going to be along 103. There it goes. So all three of these storms are rotating, but these two here, especially that one here, Sereno, so they're saying 18 miles southwest of Center. Yeah, that's this guy right here near Sereno. So Center, Shelby County, not in the warning per se. Just Nacogdoches and St. Augustine counties in the warning for these storms that are coming up from the southwest. So that leaves us three severe warnings for our area, or two severe warnings for our area. Both tornado warnings. Temperature down to 59 at Tyler, 69 at Rusk County Airport there, Henderson, 75 showing up at Center. So you can see where the cooler air is at. 57 Angelina County, or at the Wood County Airport, 62 Terrell. We're probably getting some clearing back out that way too, I bet. 59 at Athens now. So everything that happens severe weather-wise will be in the warm sector out here. The storm here south of Antioch continues moving off northeast, heading towards Deadwood. So things continue to kind of remain a little more quiet out of these storms with the number of chasers and people that we have, eyeballs out in the field. No news is good news. Even though we have the warnings there. Again, really nice contrast across the area with temps. We knew today was going to be an active day with the way this low is running across north of us, putting a lot of cold air up in aloft, and all the juice that we managed to pull in from that warm front that came through last night, and the boundary sliding through, helping to kind of focus things at the surface. Sounds like the Weather Service is going to put another downstream warning together for, I think, for this middle storm that's crossing into St. Augustine County now from Nacogdoches County. Yeah, they're going to include portions of St. Augustine and Shelby County in there. So this will be south of Center. That looks a bit stronger. This will be north of Highway 21, north of Sherino, northeast of Sherino. Got that other storm that's up to the north. Doesn't look nearly as impressive, nor does the one to the south. So here comes our next one.
Tornado warning.
Weather Service with the new tornado warning again. Central Shelby and north central St. Augustine County. That'll go till 5 o'clock. So that gets us about a little under 40 minutes away on expiration time with that. Weather Service seeing a storm capable of a tornado 8 miles southwest of Louisville or about 14 miles south of Center. That's moving northeast at 45 miles an hour. That latest scan there doesn't look quite as impressive. Still some good wind in there, but whatever we've got is there northeast of Sherino. So that's for this guy right here. Near just north of New Hope. Going northeast of this will pass over 96. North of Bland Lake. South of Brady. Well south of Center. So Weather Service is going to continue with the tornado warning until 5 o'clock for southeastern Panola County. So that's going to be for this guy right here. Along FM 31 right now. Okay. along or just west of it, probably along 31 at this point, 21, 23. Yeah, this thing is going to be just south of Deadwood. Moving northeast at about 40 miles an hour. So that'll continue to take it up. Not much showing up in here along 2517. There's the community of Logan. So it's a pass north of Logan, near, just south of Deadwood. Farm Market 31 here. So going northeast, good ways north of Logan. Probably passing just south of Centennial. And the warning officially goes until 5 o'clock, but this will be over with before 5. So that's what this one looks like from a velocity perspective. Again, there's not too much out there in that part of Panola County. A couple of areas of rotation, one near Chirino, another one northeast of Chirino, west of 96. Both of these will pass just north of St. Augustine. Looks pretty quiet otherwise. Harrison County, Longview, Gregg County, bulk of Rusk County, Cherokee County. Not nearly as much lightning back to the west. Fresh image. Oh, hey, thanks, Joseph. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, Christina. Thank you. As we lose this stuff today, we're going to start to cool off, as we've been talking about for the last week plus. It'll be an interesting next couple of weeks. I mean, Christmas, the week before Christmas, next week looks cold. There are a lot of signs that significant cold air coming down this area. Um, bears a lot of watching. It's hard to get too specific on it because the air mass that's coming in looks pretty darn potent, and models will struggle with things that fall way outside of normals, which this air mass that's coming in appears as if it may be next week. So that's going to be something to watch going forward, and or the interactions once we have the cold air in place with any kind of precipitation that could potentially get in the mix on all that as well. So besides this, there are many more things to keep an eye on over the next week to 2 weeks, which can be obviously an interesting time of the year, has been in the past. Severe weather this time of year is not out of the ordinary at all. We don't have it as much, but we usually have some. And so what we're dealing with today is not unprecedented by any stretch, regardless. So I do want to mention that. Stand by.
Tornado warning.
All right, Weather Service now with a new tornado warning. That'll be for this storm, east central Nacogdoches, south central Shelby, and northern St. Augustine County. That'll run until 5:15. Weather Service seeing a storm located 9 miles northeast of Etoile, or 21 miles southeast of Nacogdoches, moving northeast at 30. So that puts it right there near this, just southeast of Chirino. Highway 21, FM 95, near that intersection just east of there. All right. So this thing moving northeast at 30 miles an hour. So it's not going to be in Nacogdoches County for very long, but it is in there now, so they have to include it in the warning. Obviously, it's going to clip over St. Augustine County, and then eventually terminates over into kind of southeastern Shelby County. So you've got a couple of warnings in there for a couple of different storms that we've been talking about. So that's helps to hopefully explain some of that. This thing will pass just north of St. Augustine proper, and it is a radar-indicated situation right now, as opposed to the one that we had back up closer to Wascom, which was confirmed by a number of chasers that are in the area. So we run that officially until 5:15, so that gets us about a little less than 45 minutes from now for the east central Nacogdoches. Nacogdoches will be clipped here pretty fast on this warning. That's going to leave us with south central Shelby and northern St. Augustine County until 5:15 for that new warning, just coming out as we speak. So we have three official polygons / warnings for the area as we continue to kind of trek along here. So this stuff is going to begin to shift over into Louisiana here pretty quick. It's not going to be a late night event for us, which is obviously great. Never mind the fact that finding this kind of stuff after dark is tough, and we lose our daylight awful early this time of year. So glad that we can put this to bed, at least for our area. That's not going to be the same case over in Louisiana, but they don't have as many trees over there either, so it's a little bit different chasing environment over that part of the country as opposed to what we have here. So we're 4:33 right now. Severe weather done for Tyler, done for Gilmer, done for Dangerfield. Cass County, 62 for your air temperature. You're done. Longview, Gregg County, you guys are done. Jacksonville, I think you're pretty much done too. Palestine, your dew point's down to 59. I think that's, let me look at that. Maybe your air temperature. Yeah, that's your air temperature. Still, that's Yeah, air temp of 59. You're done there, Palestine. So that's that report that we had. Weather Service has gone ahead and put a storm report out for that area there, southwest of Wascom, we were talking about earlier. Storm Chaser put that in. You see that marker there, just north of Elysian Fields, for that confirmed tornado. The rest of these are radar indicated for now. Looks like Houston Hobby set a record high temp today of 82. That breaks the old record of 81 from 1995. So plenty of warm air around the area, and that's going to be the last of it that we see for a good while. So those of you who've been hoping and praying for some Christmas-like weather, you're going to have that in large amounts here over the next couple of weeks. That means this kind of stuff here is going to be a distant memory as well. There may be some stuff on the radar, but it's not going to be severe weather. Still pretty quiet, Lufkin. Front is still north of you guys. Nacogdoches, same thing. 70s. 69 at the Rusk County Airport. 57, Longview, Gregg. 58 at Gilmer. I like the fact that it's quieting down overall. Just the chatter seems to be quieting down a lot. This Panola County storm is just crossing over into Louisiana now. So that will take Panola County, at least the northeastern Panola County polygon, off the table. Still pretty good looking rotation there. That nice tail coming off near Centennial. But that'll clear. There we go. So we got Panola County cleared out. And there are two warnings remaining there, Shelby County and St. Augustine County. Weather Service will be out surveying stuff probably tomorrow. I'm guessing they'll be hitting that. They'll probably start somewhere north of Carthage. Maybe they may go, a little north. Maybe go northwest of Carthage potentially, and try to follow that track. Find out where it starts at and take it over south of Wascom. So that'll be something interesting to follow tomorrow. Still watching this storm, these two storms here. One of them, that one near Denning, will pass north of St. Augustine. And then the other storm, that little appendage there along Highway 96, southeast of Brady, that guy's going to continue scooting off towards the northeast, heading over towards New Harmony and those some of that rural part of what'll be eastern Shelby County. Nothing in center, Janice, just really just south and east of center. So you guys at center are fine. Probably a pretty good light show off to the southeast of you, I would think, if you are, in fact, can see anything from center. But nothing doing the city, not involved in either of these polygons, even though you've got a couple of polygons impacting the county. But neither of them are going to be affecting the city of center proper. Hopefully that helps some. You're welcome, Karen. Glad to help out. Thank you, Cindy. Appreciate the kind words. Jackie, you as well. Glad y'all are here. Tell your friends about the page. It's fun to build this thing and have people come along. And you're welcome, Juanice. Have folks come along and find us. I've met a lot of people over the past couple of months who were with us, during the spring and kind of getting acclimated to things here during the fall. And we're going to have a lot of stuff to talk about in the weeks to come with like I said, with the cold weather and that kind of stuff coming along. But it's been fun to build a collective of folks who enjoy kind of talking about the weather and kind of enjoying our perspective on it. Try not to be a bunch of we try not to get too excited about stuff. We don't want to keep people up. Folks don't have a hard time getting amped up about severe weather. We try to take it as calm as we can and tell you when it's time to be nervous and when it's not time to be nervous. So hopefully that comes across in what we're doing with the reports on a daily basis and with stuff like this as well. Hey there. I'm okay. How are you? She's doing better. Yeah. She's doing good too. Seemingly. Yes. I hope we are. All right, so still pretty darn quiet. Two remaining warnings, both of them affecting a part of St. Augustine and Shelby County. But that will be the end of that. Hey, thanks, Gary. Appreciate that very much. Thank you. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they find there between Shreveport and Center, and especially between Wascom and Carthage. That's going to be an interesting track there. But I haven't seen a whole lot of reports of damage yet, at least. And with it being daylight and the number of chasers that are in the area, I think that bodes pretty well for us as far as potential impacts. I haven't heard any reports of any injuries or anything along those lines. So that's a blessing there, obviously. But I was telling somebody a couple of days ago, we've worked a number of severe weather outbreaks around Christmas. I remember a couple of years ago, putting stuff out on Christmas morning for tornadoes, and then we had snow that afternoon. I think it was in 2014 or 2012. I'll have to look back on that and see. But this time of year can go volatile in a couple of different directions. And the severe weather aspect of it is definitely not uncommon, although the volume of severe weather that we have this time of year is not usually to the degree that we see it during the spring, when we've got just much more juice to work with, and some really good upper level support and dry lines and things like that. But this is another one of those days that panned out really, really well too from the SPC standpoint. They were looking at this area since I think it was Monday or Tuesday of last week for a potential outcome, and that's impressive. Excuse me. When you can do that, you've got a big amount of warning time to get folks alerted to what's going on, and these kinds of events like this give us that type of leeway. Gives us a chance to really sound the alarm on stuff and be able to give people more than enough heads up and lead time to make those precautions. I know the folks in Carthage are gearing up for state championship football coming up later this week, so they've got enough stuff on their plate as it is, and had tornadoes passing south of town and north of town, and so it's quite a time down into Panola County. But fortunately, nothing impacting the city of Carthage proper, even though there is some damage, I think, just north and east of there. But again, the Weather Service, they will send out a survey team probably tomorrow. They won't do anything today with the amount of stuff that they've still got to say grace over in Louisiana. Shreveport's jurisdiction goes all the way over to Monroe, so they'll be pretty fortified for storms this afternoon and this evening. But they'll probably send a team out, I would bet, tomorrow over into Panola County. They usually send a couple of folks out. They'll look at the previous radar data and try to find damage. They will assess that damage using some indicators, some markers that they use depending on what is damaged. It's sad to say that you need damage in order to assess the strength of the storm or of the tornado and to determine if it was in fact a tornado. With what we had today, we had a lot of people who were putting eyes on what was a large tornado, so there's not really any question as to what did the damage. Now we try to decide how strong were the winds, and they'll base that off of what was damaged, the degree of damage, and come up with an assessment for what that corresponds to as far as wind speeds, and that's how they come up with the rating that will hopefully have come out tomorrow at some point. Let's see here. Weather Service is going with they're issuing over in Louisiana a tornado warning for what is this? Bossier, Caddo, DeSoto till 5:15. Confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado near Stonewall, or 13 miles southwest of Shreveport. So that's going to be for this guy right here. This is that storm that came out of Panola County. Yeah. So if they're saying confirm, then they've got eyes on it. Yeah. So if you've got loved ones over near Stonewall, especially northwest of Stonewall, Louisiana, that's yeah. There is a warning. So we've got just a few more minutes on this thing coming out of Shelby County, the top one, the northern one. That'll get across northern Toledo Bend. And then this guy back at 7 o'clock will swing across behind it. Hopefully this cold air will knock this mold out of the air, which has been giving a lot of people trouble. I don't know if it's the mold or the juniper. I haven't seen much in the pollen count the last couple of days, but the mold count has been pretty high, and I think the juniper count was up there as well, at least last week. So that's also had a lot of folks with flu, a lot of RSV. We got COVID going around. Just a lot of stuff. Cooking. So let's hit this real fast. Stand by.
Severe thunderstorm warning.
All right, severe thunderstorm warning for central Houston County. That'll be out of the Houston Weather Service office. So let's see what we can do about pulling in their radar. Houston County, man, is a long ways from anybody's radar. And we got Fort Hood down there. That might show up a little bit better. But regardless, it's just a long haul from radar. So here we are along Highway 21. Weather Service with a storm capable of producing 60-mile-an-hour winds and some penny-sized hail near Estonia, I should say, and moving northeast at 30. So that's this guy right here heading up 21 towards Crockett. Weather Service saying the mesocyclone on this one's gotten a little bit better organized in the last couple of scans, which just means the storm is organizing a little bit better. This is north of Lovelady, along just south of Highway 21, between 21 and 19. There's Latexo. So our folks in Houston County, you guys be aware of that. You're in the Crockett, southwest of Crockett. This storm's going to be coming up from the southwest. Here's a radar loop. This is coming out of the Fort Hood radar. So it looks like it actually might even pass just a little south of Crockett, at least the best of that hail core. Yeah, so that's gonna train off a little bit to the. Still going to bring some heavy rain to Crockett, and hail core may actually, it may just barely miss the south side of town. Again, no tornado warning on that, just a severe thunderstorm warning at this time. So that'll be for our neighbors in Houston County. You guys are still under the tornado watch, by the way, and that runs until 5 o'clock. Huh, okay, all right. So we'll lose a lot of counties from that tornado watch here in about 6 minutes. It's 4:54 right now. Thanks for stopping by and being a part of this today. Weather Service in Fort Worth, on the other side of all this, is doing surveys this afternoon. They have 5 tornadoes confirmed in the DFW area and are in the Weather Service Fort Worth jurisdiction, which covers a lot of counties around DFW. Confirming EF2 damage tracked through Wise County, winds up to 125 miles an hour. So there, since things are calming down a lot faster over there, they went ahead and took advantage of some of the daylight to do that. So that's always interesting. So some compelling video out of Dallas earlier today when those storms were really going earlier in the day. So we'll get back on the Shreveport radar. Storm doesn't look as impressive down around Crockett as it did on the Fort Hood radar, but it's a lot further away too. So here are our 2 remaining storms that are warned for our area, tornado warned at least. The northern storm is getting ready to cross over into Louisiana. The southern storm has still got a little ways to go. As far as rotation goes, you got 2 areas there that to watch. There's the northern one, and there's the southern one. So it's decent in what they're doing. Not overpowering, at least based off what we've seen earlier in the day. But still there nonetheless. So we're under, let's see here, less than 5 minutes away from 5 o'clock. We'll lose a ton of counties here at 5 o'clock with the expiration of that tornado watch. And then the southeastern counties, the deep East Texas counties will be under the watch. I think that goes until 10, but they'll clear that out early too. This isn't going to go 5 more hours. For us, it will for Louisiana, but it will not for us. Busy day, though. Weather Services looks like they are going to do some trimming. Let's see here. Looks like Shreveport has handed off their warnings for the time being to Fort Worth. When you have tornado warnings that come close enough to the Weather Service office, they've got what's called a safe room at every Weather Service office in the country. Whether you're on the coast, they've got. I've had the chance to be at a number of these offices over the years, and they'll have a break room or restrooms, and those are some pretty fortified areas. And when a tornado warning and a tornado warned storm is coming close enough to the office, they will cease operations, head into the safe area until the storm has passed. And when they do that, they hand off their warnings and any other products that are going on, but mainly the warnings to another backup office. And in this case, Fort Worth backs up Shreveport during severe weather. So you can see that polygon, that circle right there, where the radar seems to be, looks like it's blossoming in all different directions. That's the radar site itself for Shreveport. If you've gone on I-20, if you're coming from Tyler, you look off there near the airport, the Shreveport Airport. The radar is right there on the east or west side of the airport property. You can see that big radome. That's the Weather Service office. And that cone there shows you just what it looks like, what the radar looks like in a situation like this. Radar can't see exactly straight above the office, so you have that halo there that sits around the perimeter. So Fort Worth will be handling stuff here for the next little bit until they're able to clear that area out, and the folks inside the safe room will head back out. Shreveport safe room is in their break room, and so they'll be in there until it's deemed safe to come out. So we have at 5 o'clock, we've lost that one polygon down there in northeastern Shelby County. We got that one remaining off northern, which came out of St. Augustine County. Still some pretty good showers there. Nice rainfall there east or west of Mount Enterprise, between Mount Enterprise and Cushing. So good rainfall there. Some interesting looking cell there along 84. '72 temp at Knack, 60 at Henderson, 65 Jacksonville. So we're at 5:02. We have seen the bulk of our counties clear out from that tornado watch. Here's the box. The box isn't there anymore, but I don't know if it shows the old. No, it doesn't show the old box. When I was at TV, the old box would show up and then evaporate as it expired with the old radar. So we've got just the remainder of a few counties in that box. Our Deep East Texas counties, we call them. So there's Panola County, there's Shelby County, Nacogdoches, St. Augustine, Sabine, Angelina. Those are our counties that we have still involved. Everybody else west of there is officially out of it. All right, looks like Weather Service going to go with one more tornado warning here.
Tornado warning.
So that'll be for this guy right here, southeast of Center. This will be a tornado warning. It'll include southwestern DeSoto Parish, northwestern Sabine Parish, and eastern Shelby County, 5:45. This storm will be long gone before 5:45, as it's 5:03 right now. Weather Service looking at a storm capable of a tornado near Shelbyville, or 10 miles southeast of center, moving northeast at 40. So that would be this guy right here. There's Shelbyville. It's just southeast of Shelbyville. So moving northeast at 40. So we'll take it over. Thing will pass north of Huxley and get over there into Louisiana pretty quick. So we're going northeast at 40 on that. So let's just, while we got it here, let's just track it here. Northeast at 40. So we got Union Springs, 527. There's Hunter, Benson, Katuna, Trenton. Give you a few places, small communities there. Again, this passes north of Huxley. But once it crosses the northern part of Toledo Bend, it's game over there for us. There's Highway I-49 there in Louisiana coming up towards Shreveport. So this is not a problem for center. A lot of rural sections there. New Harmony. This will be north of 139, east of 87. Is that right there from Huxley to Shelbyville? So cross 139. 139 just kind of doglegs up to the north there. All right, so Houston Weather Service office is continuing to monitor that severe thunderstorm that we have down into the Crockett area. So let's ease back to the west. We can't use the A&M radar, but we can use the Fort Hood radar, which is right there. It'll take it a second. There it goes. So this storm continues. Located near Crockett, moving northeast at 30. So that's going to be kind of on the south side of Crockett, I think. Southeast side of Crockett. 60-mile-an-hour winds and penny-sized hail. That thing continues. The warning officially runs until 5:15. So that's about another 8 minutes or so from now. That'll continue running up. Probably kind of splitting the difference between 21 and 7. The folks in Shreveport have gotten out of the safe spot and are back issuing their own warnings now. So things are all right at Shreveport. Let's look at this guy here real quick. It's a pretty good little shower there west of Mount Enterprise, kind of west-southwest of Mount Enterprise. Everything out there today will have a tendency to rotate. See that? No warning on that, but you can really make out the circulation today. Man. That's what gives you this kind of thing over here. Although this one doesn't look as impressive as that, just on the reflectivity. But our warning continues for Shelby County, northeastern Shelby County, eastern Shelby County. There's Toledo Bend, so we'll get this thing across the lake and get it out of Texas jurisdiction here in the next 10 or 12 minutes. Pretty heavy rain there, southeast or southwest of Alto, south of 294, and Weeping Mary and Easley Chapel, out 21. Remember that 21 corridor where we had the that big EF3 that went through the Caddo Mounds area back several springs ago. It ran right up 21. I've seen they've been doing a lot of construction out there at the Caddo Mounds, getting a lot of things back up, and trying to replicate that area, which is awesome. It's a horrendous track through there. If you go down to the Caddo Mounds and you come back into Alto on 21, you can see on the left-hand side of the road, it just looks like somebody took a couple of 100-yard wide bulldozer and just ran it through the woods. You can see that there'll be a scar there for decades. It's not quite as obvious down at the Caddo Mounds because there's not a huge set of pine trees down there. But man, when it went through those trees on 21, on the north side of 21, it is impressive looking. If you have not seen that before, that 21 corridor will always stick out in my mind from those storms that Alto went through back several years ago. But heavy rain out there right now on 21. But I guarantee you the people in this area will always be a little bit more alert to things when they hear thunder and see lightning for sure. So we are at 5:11. We've got 2 warnings, 1 tornado warning, 1 severe thunderstorm warning. The Shelby County situation, again, continues to just kind of slowly. It officially expires 34 minutes from now. So we'll keep that in place for a little bit longer. That gray dark area that you see coming across the screen think of that as the terminator. That's as the daylight as we transition to sunset this time of year. You'll see the radar, at least this radar scope, you'll see it transition that line across, which is pretty cool. I enjoy using this an awful lot. So if you're wondering what that is, that's what it is. Looks like Weather Service is not going to reissue on this Shreveport tornado warning there, so that's good. And as we lose the daytime heating, obviously that tends to take some of the juice out of the atmosphere. Looks like Houston Weather Service went ahead and they're going to allow that warning for Houston County to expire. So that's good. That's the trend we want to see. So that will eventually leave us with this single warning for Shelby County. There that one goes. So this thing down here north of Huxley, it does not look all that impressive, especially compared to what we've seen earlier today. Which is obviously great news. So that puts us at 515. Weather Service will run this till 5:45 officially, but they're going to be able to clear this one out here for our people a lot sooner. Terminator just working across there on the radar Omega. Hopefully this will be the end of the more organized severe weather. It's a pretty good sail there east of Mount Enterprise now, south of Brackfield. There'll be stuff to probably keep an eye on. It's going to be awfully hard to spot stuff. So we still got south winds in Nacogdoches, south wind at Lufkin, south wind at Center, northwest wind at Tyler, north at Longview, north at Marshall, west at Crockett, Palestine's full-blown northeast, Athens north. So the timing of this watch is pretty great as far as Storm Prediction Center goes. So we got this thing over Toledo Bend now, northern end of Toledo Bend. What's left of it. Quiet otherwise, Sabine County, St. Augustine County, got some showers trying to get in to extreme western St. Augustine County. Pretty good shower down there, just getting east of 69 now. Southern Angelina County there, heading over towards Sam Rayburn. North of Zavala, not any lightning in that, but Jacksonville quiet, Tyler quiet, rain's done, Tyler for the most part, maybe a few sprinkles. We may have some wraparound light rain in the morning and maybe back overnight, but that's going to be about it on the rain. Nothing for Smith County, Cale. I think, we're going through the night. We'll keep the clouds in here. They may thin out a little bit, and then we'll get the wraparound tomorrow. and then start to kind of clear things out. Jasmine, getting some pretty good rain down there in Alto right now. A little bit of lightning, but not much. Heaviest of that stuff is right there along 69. It'll pass just south of town. The heaviest of it will. But nothing alarming in that for you guys. Weather Service Shreveport says they're going to be removing the Shelby County portion of the tornado warning, which is exactly what we were hoping and thinking we would see here as this thing gets closer to, it gets over Toledo Bend. That's exactly what we want to see. Still got a south wind at center, west wind at Carthage. Looks like a northerly wind out towards Marshall. Yeah. So that should be that. Let's see here. .521. We'll wait for that official clearance to happen. All right, so this guy has made his way over the Texas line, so that is great news there. A little bit again about social media. If you follow us on the Facebook side of things and you have a Twitter account, feel free to check us out on Twitter. Been there for a while. Also on Instagram, we try to do some stuff on there. We don't do quite as much interaction on Instagram as we do on Facebook, especially. More folks have Facebook, honestly, than anything else. But we do provide some stuff on there. We'll stream to the YouTube side, which provides the closed captioning, which is really cool. And obviously during severe weather, we will also stream to the Twitter side of things. I don't think we can stream live to. Maybe we can to Instagram. I'll have to look into that. But try to cover those different platforms. It's fun to do that, and obviously fun to interact and take questions and hopefully help you out during stormy times. So lots to be thankful for this time of year. Hope it's a good Christmas season for you guys. Our Jewish friends will begin Hanukkah on Monday, the 19th. So best to you guys as well. Looking forward to the Christmas season in our house, and be excited about what we got coming up. 2023 will be here right around the corner. As hard as it is to believe, it is definitely on us here, and we'll soon be celebrating and turning the page on that calendar. Weather Service has now officially canceled the tornado warning for Sabine County, so we have that now occurring or has occurred. So that polygon will be trimming out and they've also canceled it for Sabine, Louisiana as well. That storm hasn't looked very impressive for a while, so they went ahead and helped the folks out across the border in Louisiana, which I know those guys in the Shreveport market are probably glad to have that happen for them. At least that's one less thing they have to try to juggle. So we will be here as we need to, obviously. Hopefully we can help you out with the weather updates that we do on each weekday morning between 7 and about 7:15, 7:20. Again, thanks to our friends at Rose City Roofing for helping us out with that and supporting the page, as well as folks, obviously, at Real Edge Real Estate. But for now, we'll let you get back to your evening. If other warnings come out, we'll come in if we need to and talk about it. But otherwise, we're going to try to save what's left of the voice and be ready to fight another day. But Merry Christmas to you and your family. And we will be back to talk as we need to this evening, but have updates again in the morning as we always do. So, hey, thanks, Joseph. Appreciate you finding me on Twitter, man. That's great. My best to you guys. Thanks for being here tonight, all right?
Thanks for watching this live broadcast from Doc Deason's Weather. When weather's at its worst, we're at our best. Doc Deason's Weather, the call.